We're talking about entanglement, how you can lose your intimacy, how can you lose that essence of worship in your life. I'm going to read a scripture from the Bible, from 2 Timothy chapter 2, 3 to 4. You must endure hardship as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. No one engaged in warfare entangles himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who enlisted him as a soldier. You know, there's so many things in this multi-magazined world that we can entangle ourselves with, and we can lose this connection with God on a day-to-day basis. There are many things. Debt is one of them. You can become a slave to it, and it can just rob and suck your life. Being busy, so busy that you don't have time for anything or anyone. And tiredness. You get on a train coming out of London any end of the day after work, and everyone looks so tired and so weary. We live in a world that tends to just an economy that can just suck the life out of you. And people, they can rob you at times and become oppression. There's so many things in our world. Chris, this is such a broad subject, but it's very easy, you know, from one day to the next to lose, you know, this passion. One day we're so on fire for God, and, you know, if we allow it, we can get so caught up in things, and we can lose it, can't we?
It's interesting. We talk about passion, which is the language of a lover, but here the scripture talks about a soldier and
warrior, yeah,
and a warrior. And the truth is, we need a passion as a soldier to be able to maintain our relationship with God. And it seems to me that there are a number of things. I mean, you've itemized them in reality in life, just the stuff of life, the pressures, the circumstances, just the constant gnawing away that anesthetizes sometimes.
Challenge to stay on top, isn't it?
That's right. And I think very often when we stop searching after God, we get sidetracked by other issues. Other issues become urgent. We have to do them, but we actually miss out on the important issues. And so, like any relationship, let's come back to the language of love, because I'm more comfortable with that. But let's come back to that. You see, any relationship requires that you take time. You take time in that relationship to get to know, to understand, to listen, to speak, to share, just to be.
I like that saying. Be a human being, not a human doing.
Absolutely. But life is based on, so much of our life is based on doing. And our acceptance is based on doing. But in reality, it's possible, even for our relationship with God, to be hindered by what we do for God. And God isn't looking for our activity. God isn't looking for us to work for Him. He actually wants us to work with Him. And that's a different ball game altogether. And so maybe when we stop searching, maybe when we stop making a priority of our time to be with the one we say we love, these are the times when the entanglements start taking over.
Drawing us
and
away.
It's like weeds in a garden. It doesn't take too long before they choke the very life of what is good there. And they become weights. They become heavy things that stop the motivation and prevent the passion. They squeeze the passion out of us.
You know, when that happens, and we start to lose that intimate place of, you know, our daily lives with God, it can subtly creep up on us, and you can start subtly justifying yourself in your Christian life and in your religious life. And this is an interesting point. And we can say things like, well, hey, I go to church, you know, I tithe, you know, I have a ministry, I'm a deacon, I'm a this, and we can start justifying our reason for being by the things that we do, and it can happen so easily.
One of the things I really believe God is saying to all of us who are involved in Christian ministry today is this issue that God is looking for us, not what we do for Him.
Why don't you say that to Tim on camera?
I want to say, and I want this to touch our hearts, because it is so crucial, God is more interested in you than he is in what you can do for him. God is more interested in me, Chris Bowater, than everything that I can say I can do for him. You see, he wants my heart. The heart, I don't just mean the organ that pumps and the left ventricle and all that kind of... I'm talking about the very essence that is me, that makes me the person that I am, that makes you the person that you are. God is saying, son, give me your heart. Son, give me your heart. And then everything else is prioritized out of that. But we live in a world that gets topsy-turvy, upside down. What should be first becomes last. What is least important becomes the most important.
Yeah.
But
it's a constant challenge, isn't it, to stay on top.